tumaas ang tingin sa kuryente ngayong Mayo ayon sa Meralco.
Red and yellow alerts across Philippine grids trigger a power price hike in May.
As a push for nuclear power gains ground, some Philippine government officials insist nuclear energy will be a cost-effective power source for the country.
Napong residente ang apektado ng sunog sa Quezon City kanina. Kasama pang nasawi ang isang batang magdiriwang panamansana ng kanyang kaarawan ngayon. Iniimbestigahan pa ang sanhi ng sunog na ito pero ayon sa BFP, karamihan sa mga sunog sa Kamaynilaan sanhi ng faulty electrical wiring.
Grabe, sa panahon ngayon, ang namin pa rin walang maayos na connection sa kuryente.
Oo nga eh. Ano kaya magawa natin para makatulong sa kanila kahit konti? Grabe. Parang ang delikado naman ng lumang generator na ginagamit nila.
Tama. Pao, alam ko paano makakatulong.
Uy, anong ginagawa niyo dito? Anong pinag-uusapan?
Basta. At dahil dumating ka, sumama ka.
Asan?
In today's modern society, where so much is done with just a click or two, there are still so many of us who aren't as progressive and are still struggling to even get a decent fire burning for them to see into the night.
You know, in the Philippines, there's an unbalanced development between the urban areas and the rural areas, and the government recognized that there's a need to improve the electricity supply in the islands, particularly in poor areas, in order to contribute to the development of the island.
In 2022, about 880,000 Filipino households still live in the dark due to the lack of proper energy sources in their community. Moreover, people nowadays opt to cut their connections due to the increasing numbers in the bills per month. Due to the lack of energy sources, families would use charcoal, firewood, and even animal waste to keep the fire burning.
Tataas ang singil ng Meralco ngayong buwan. Ayon sa Meralco, lagpas 46 centavos kada kilowatt-hour ang dagdag singil dahil sa pagtaas ng generation charge. Katumbas yan ng nasa 92 pesos na dagdag sa bill ng isang residential household na kumukonsumo ng 200 kilowatt-hours kada buwan. Sabi ng Meralco, nagmahal ng singil ang pinagbibilhan nito ng kuryente dahil sa problema sa power supply sa Luzon grid noong Abril.
Urban areas are not different, maybe even doing worse as fossil fuels and harmful substances are being used to fuel up big factories and industries. Vehicles aren't exempted from being one of the contributors to pollution as well.
The Philippines is touted as having the most expensive power rates in Southeast Asia. This may be attributed to the heavy reliance of local energy generation on imported fossil fuels. Energy experts contend that the burden on consumers will be lightened over the long term if the Energy Regulatory Commission will stop power producers from automatically passing fluctuating fossil fuel costs in their contracts.
These problems are most likely connected to the UN's 7th Sustainable Development Goal: ensure access to affordable, reliable, sustainable, and modern energy for all. As it states, this goal ensures the access to modern, clean, and affordable energy to all, and it encourages the use of sustainable and renewable energy sources for everyone. The question now is, how do we achieve these goals in our own ways as students?
Wala talaga silang kuryente dito, no?
Yun nga. Tapos parang hindi matibay yung mga wire. Nag-connect pa sila sa kabilang barangay.
Uy, yun na pala yung bahay ng mag-ina na kinausap mo nung si PH Lord.
Tara, dalian natin. Let's go.
Salamat na po pala sa pagbisita sa amin nung nakaraang linggo. Salamat din po po sa dala niyong regalo. Oo nga po eh, matagal na din po simula nung naputulan kami ng kuryente. May binigay naman sila na generator pero sa tingin ko hindi din sapat yun kasi nag-iisang generator lang yun dito sa barangay namin eh.
Oo nga po, paminsan nag-uusok na din po eh. Kawawa naman tong kapatid ko, may asma pa naman po.
Salamat po talaga sa pagdalo niyo dito, mga ate at kuya. Oo naman, lahat ng tao ay dapat may maayos at matitibay na gamit para sa kanilang mga bahay.
Yan po pala yung mga solar lights sa mga gamit niyo dito. Magcha-charge siya sa umaga at di na kailangan ng kuryente o batteries.
Marami-rami po yan. Tutulungan po namin kayo mag-set up mamaya. Tapos may mga dala pa rin kaming ibang gamit na mga rechargeable fan at mga lutuan na butane.
Salamat sa Diyos at may ilaw na kami. Hindi na kami mahihirapan tuwing gabi. At hindi ka na mahihirapan kapag kumakain ka dito.
Oo nga, nung ginagamit pa namin yung generator namin noon na binigay sa amin, halos hindi kami makalanghap ng masaliwang hangin. Kaya salamat po talaga sa donasyon nyo. Di pa po kasi nakaabot yung linya ng kuryente sa amin.
Oo nga no, ang ganda po ng binigay niya sa amin. At ang mura pa, may ganyan pa na ngayon no?
Alam kong pagod kayo sa pagpunta sa lugar namin. Kaya ipagluluto ko muna kayo bago kayo umalis.
Hala, wag na po. Para sa inyo lang yung dinala namin. Hindi na kailangan.
Hindi, kahit sa ganito lang, maipapakita namin kung gaano kami nagpapasalamat sa iyo. At saka para maturuan nyo kami paano gamitin to.
As rubbish decomposes, it creates vast amounts of methane, one of the most powerful gases that cause global warming. But in a landmark project for the Philippines, the gas is now being captured and converted into electricity.
Our power is coming from waste, and that's free. We don't pay for the waste. It's there, and you have to take out the gas anyway because it's good for the environment. It's clean power.
He's been experimenting with sheet metal and plastic bottles for years. The materials are readily available. He came up with solar plastic bulbs that can be produced here and that even the poorest families can afford.
It's the cheapest light bulb in the world.
How much does it cost?
So this one probably costs about less than $1 to make.
That's just one of the SDGs that can help our communities and planet at the same time. With affordable, sustainable, and clean energy, we can all choose healthier alternatives for a better community. One of the projects that align with the SDG 7's objectives is the Liter of Light 1 by Iliac Diaz, which utilize recycled 1-liter plastic bottles and other materials to create solar lights for households.
It does not just help our planet breathe, it greatly helps us as well. How? Living sustainably can greatly lessen our electrical bills with the help of solar power. It can even help with the pollution if bigger companies choose to stop using fossil fuels that are toxic to the planet and its inhabitants.
As medical technology students and future medical professionals, we can't really reuse different instruments like syringes and specimen collectors for safety reasons. However, this shouldn't stop us from doing our part in being environmentally greener. We can start conserving energy in our own little ways.
Many organizations, especially the UN, have started mobilizing different programs to achieve SDG 7. We can even do our part by merely switching off appliances when not in use, using one gadget at a time, and even by staying informed. Now, as students, it's our turn to take a step for change.